When no, you won't. No. Hi, 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 hi. It's fine. Kobalang. You'll make it my responsibility to make sure. Yes. I know. Morning, guys. Well, afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
Swag Chief.
All right, guys. Sorry for everything for now. Let's just get started. What do you guys think interest on loan is? Anyone?
When interest is added on the loan that you have taken,
Yes. I can't hear properly.
I said when interest is added on a loan that you have taken previously.
It's when interest is added on a loan that you have taken. Everything, guys, will be on page 181. Page 181. Okay. Page 181. Basically, as a business, at times we will not have enough money to finance our own activities. We might not have money to buy a car or to buy a house. As a result, we will need help from financial institutions, and that help will be given to us in the form of a loan. A loan is simply money that we borrow from the bank, and obviously, the bank will come up with its own terms and conditions. When you look on page 181, it gives you thorough steps, all the steps that need to be followed before a loan can be approved. And please note that when you get the loan, does it result in money coming in or does it result in money going out? And where do you think it will be recorded? Anyone?
So won't it be recorded in your bank statement?
Yes, it will be put into your bank statement, but where are you going to record it? In all the journals that we have done this year, in which journal specifically do you think it will be recorded? Let's say you applied for a loan from African Bank, 150,000 Rand loan from African Bank. And African Bank approves that loan and gives it to you as the business. Where are you going to record it? In which journal would you record it and why?
CPA.
Anyone? Anyone? Come on, guys.
So,
Yes.
so please repeat.
You take up a loan
Recording here.
with African Bank. You apply for a loan from African Bank.
Yeah.
And African Bank approves that
CRJ.
loan. And once it approves it, obviously they will, I don't want to say the word. So once they have approved the loan, you will get the loan. Where would you record the loan amount that you got of 150,000 rand?
CRJ, sir.
Why would you record it in the CRJ?
Because we're receiving money.
Because we are receiving money. You need to understand that, guys, okay? So when that loan is deposited into your bank account, you are going to record it in the CRJ because you are receiving money. And we did this, by the way, when we did CRJ earlier on, it was in one of your tests, okay? Now, what you need to understand about interest on loan is interest charged by the lender, normally registered. It is a registered financial services provider on borrowed money. Here's a funny thing, guys, about financial services providers. They do thorough research before they can grant you a loan, okay? Now, if FNB, for instance, fails to give you a loan, where would you go as an individual? Let's say you wanted 10,000 rand from FNB and FNB said, no, according to your credit records, I can't give you a loan. What will be your second option?
Go to another bank.
Mashonisa.
Exactly. I love what you said, Mashonisa. Now, guys, if you've been watching the news recently, you'll realize that 43% of South Africans are indebted. 43%. Okay. That is a lot because I think we are around 43 million, if I'm not mistaken. So take that and multiply. Let's say it's 50. Half of that simply means that it's around 20 something. Half of that means that people are indebted. Now, here's the thing. People can't qualify for loans, especially from registered financial services provided. Can you guys give me 5 examples of registered financial services providers in South Africa? Guys, 5 examples of financial services industry, well, businesses that are registered in South Africa. What are they? I constantly have to check if I'm still online because you guys don't answer. Please, guys, answer. 5 registered financial services providers in South Africa. What are they?
FNB.
FNB. Another one?
EBSA.
ABSA.
Standard
EBSA.
Bank.
What about Capitec?
Capitec.
Standard Bank.
Yes.
Bank.
Standard Bank.
Standard Bank.
Time Bank.
Time Bank. Who owns Time Bank? And who gave me that answer?
It's me, sir. Snetemba.
Me, sir.
So who owns
Buff
Time Bank?
cab. Buff
Okay.
cab.
Who owns it?
I don't know, sir.
I think
Anyone?
it
Does
starts with a
anybody
P,
know?
I'm not sure.
Who owns Times Bank?
African Rainbow Capital, sir.
Who owns African Rainbow Capital?
Aye.
Patrice. We don't know, sir.
That's the right person. That's Beatrice Motsepe, guys. Okay. African
Damn, bro.
Bank and stuff.
I
All of
see.
them are owned by Beatrice Motsepe. And obviously, that is one of the banks which is just 100% online, from what I remember, from what I can recall. And I think he bought it somewhere in the UK and it failed in the UK. However, in South Africa, it's making it, but it is not yet profitable. Okay. So those are the financial services providers in South Africa, guys, that provide financial services and their registers. Now, here's the thing. Those 43% of people do not qualify to get loans anymore because of their bad credit history. Because they can't get loans from registered financial services providers, they opt for Mashonisa. For Mashonisas are basically people that will normally grant you credit. However, they are not registered. And the bad thing about Mashonisas is that they charge high interest rates. So if you take 500 Rand, they will charge you 50% interest, okay? When you go to a registered financial services provider, you will get interest rates at the moment are around 20% to 27%. But Mashonisas guys will nail you, you'll pay 50%. So you take 500 Rand, you return it as 750 Rand. So if you take 10,000 Rand, you have to repay 15,000 Rand because they charge you 50% interest. Some of them charge you 100% interest, meaning that when you take 5,000 Rand, you have to return 10,000 Rand. If you watch Speak Out, because anything that has numbers, and normally check it out. If you watch Speak Out, you'll see a lot of people that got into Mashonisas and they got charged 50%, 100% interest rate, and they couldn't repay. So people went to Speak Out just to get those people to pay them back. Yes, Ntsi.
Sir, how do you know if someone has a bad credit score with it?
You need to check with the credit bureau. So credit bureau has details of everyone that has entered into any credit agreement in South Africa, unless they are from outside. By outside, I mean if they are not South African citizens, it can be Americans, it can be Europeans, it can be Asians, it can be Africans. As long as they are not from South Africa, it will be difficult for you to get that credit history. But as long as they are from South Africa, it's easy for you to get that credit history, as long as they did buy anything on credit in South Africa.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay. Now you guys know right now the only person that has such bank is Patrice Motsepe. And I must tell you guys, I spoke about property, I spoke about other businesses. Where you lend people money, that is one business that is making it in South Africa. The problem with that is when you want your money back and people can't pay you back, because now you have to consult with lawyers and stuff, so you will incur lawyers fees and stuff, okay? But a lot of people don't have money in South Africa because we South Africans, naturally we do not plan well, okay? So that's why we have bad credit behavior. We do not plan our lives well, we do not budget and stuff, okay? And that is why a lot of South Africans are into credit. Now, interest increases the amount owed. The debtor will owe more than initial amount taken. Interest is calculated as a percentage of the amount still owing if capitalized, or the initial amount of the loan if interest is not capitalized. Interest on loan is a financing cost. It is the cost of financing, because when you get a loan, you normally take that loan in order to finance the business. It's either you are going to buy an asset or anything. As long as you are going to finance the business, you will take a loan. Now, this is apportioning interest. What does that mean? To apportion interest means that if the loan was taken during the year, then interest for the financial year must be apportioned. Meaning that if I took interest, if my financial year ends on the 28th of February 2021, please know that it means that it started on the 1st of March 2020, and I took the loan in August. Now let's count from August. Well, it's supposed to be August 2020, then not 2021. From August 2020 to the 28th of February, okay? When you count that, it will be August, September, October, November, December, January, February. That is 7 months. It means that your interest, normally they will give it to you as a percentage, which is an annual percentage. You need to apportion it to 7 months, meaning that your interest must be for 7 months. It mustn't be for 12 months. It must be for 7 months. But your interest will normally be 24% per annum. So it means that when you calculate interest, you will take the amount of the loan multiplied by your interest rate and then multiply that by 7/12, because you're only looking for 7 months out of 12 months. But we will do that as an example, and that's when it will make sense. And then they said if the loan was repaid in the current year as well, interest on the loan must be apportioned accordingly. Let's say at the beginning of the year, I had a loan amount of 150,000 Rand. And then please note that the beginning of the year is last year. March 2020. The end of the year will be this year, 28th of February 2021. Let's say I decided to repay that loan in April. It means that I've had that loan from March and April. I've had it only for 2 months. So when you apportion it, it means that you are going to calculate interest on that loan only for the 2 months, because after those 2 months, you repaid the loan. So you no longer have the loan. So that's why your interest will only be for 2 months instead of being for 12 months. That's what we call apportioning, all right? You apportion interest. Oh, someone gave me another example, which is NetBank. I just saw it now. Now, when interest is capitalized, what is this? Have you guys done financial maths in maths?
Nope.
Not yet. Okay. When interest is capitalized, it means that interest is added to the original amount of the loan. I repeat, when interest is capitalized, it means that interest is added to the original amount of the loan. It means that the loan value will be compounded. The future amount of the loan will include interest. That's what compounding means. So if you took a loan for 10,000 Rand and you fail to pay it, and let's say interest on that 10,000 Rand is 10%. 10% of 10,000 Rand will be 1,000 Rand. It means that next year when I calculate interest, I'm going to calculate interest not on the 10,000 Rand, but I'm going to calculate it on the 11,000 Rand, which is the 1,000 Rand interest plus the initial amount of the loan that you took. That's what compounding means. It means that your loan will always go up and it will be increased by the interest that is charged. Okay, that's what compounding or capitalized interest means. It means it's added to the original value of the loan. Like I told you in this instance, where your original amount of the loan was 10,000 Rand, but you paid interest of 10%. Interest of 10%, 10% of 10,000 Rand is 1,000 Rand. Next year, when you calculate interest, it means that you're going to calculate interest on the 11,000 Rand and not the 10,000 Rand. Snetemba, what are you doing? All right. If the party that took the loan fails to honor the terms of the loan to make the repayments, future interest amounts will be calculated on interest previously charged. And we'll get to that shortly in this example here. Please read this example. It says here, BT traders applied for a loan of 30,000 from First Plus Bank. The interest rate is 15% per annum. The application, well, I don't know what happened there when I was typing, was successful and the proceeds of the loan were paid into the bank account of BT traders. The loan installments amount to 830 per month and is payable on the 27th of each month starting in March 2021. Interest on loan is only calculated on the amount owing at the beginning of the financial year. Please note that in these examples, the beginning of the financial year will be the 1st of March every year. In this case, the beginning of the financial year will be the 1st of March 2021. Question is, how do we calculate interest? For now, guys, I will just focus on this table here that you need to complete. It starts with balance at the beginning of the year. I said the beginning of the year in this case will be the 1st of March 2021. How much were we owing First Plus Bank at the beginning of the year? That is on the 1st of March 2021. Anyone? How much were we owing First Plus Bank on the 1st of March 2021?
$30,000.
It is 30,000. Okay? And then we made repayments. Please note that we made repayments on the 27th of every month until the end of the financial year. Please note that the end of the financial year, as per this example, will be the 28th of February 2022. It simply tells you that we made monthly repayments for how many months? Anyone? So this is where we are, the 1st of March, 2021. And then the end of the financial year will be the 28th of Feb, 2022. We took this loan here. We made repayments every month, starting on the 27th of March, 2021. My question to you is, how many repayments did we make throughout the year until the end of the financial year?
11, sir.
Is it 11?
I think it's 12.
It is 12. So in this case, my repayments will be 830 times 12. And 830 times 12 simply tells me that my repayments in total will be 9,960. The only thing that I'm missing though is my interest on loan. When do we calculate interest on loan according to this example?
Per year, per annum.
Per annum, all right? You are right, it's calculated per annum and it is 15%, but it's calculated on which value?
30,000.
13%.
It will be calculated on which value, guys?
The 30,000, I think.
On the 30,000. Why did you choose the 30,000?
That was the initial amount we asked for a loan.
Yes, you are right. That was the initial amount. But please note that that 30,000 is the amount we were owing at the beginning of the financial year. And it did say here, interest on loan is only calculated on the amount owing at the beginning of the financial year. So the beginning of the financial year was the 1st of March. Please note that at the end of the financial year, we don't owe 30,000 Rand, but interest will be calculated on that 30,000 Rand. That is why I'm going to take the 30,000 Rand multiplied by 15%. It gives me, please note that this is 15% per annum. Per annum means for the year. It means interest on loan for the year will be 4,500. And what did I say interest on loan does to the loan amount?
Increases.
It increases it. What about the repayments?
Won't the repayments also increase?
No, the repayments decrease the loan amount you were owing. I mean, you are repaying. It makes sense for the loan amount to decrease, but interest increases the loan amount. Note that at the beginning of the year, you were owing 30,000 Rand. Your total repayments for the year is 9,960. So those repayments will reduce the loan amount you were owing at the beginning of the year. However, your interest on loan will increase, will make it bigger because it adds to the loan amount that you are owing. Interest adds to the loan amount that you're owing. Repayments reduce, basically they decrease the loan amount that you were owing. How much will be the balance at the end of the year here? How much will we still owe First Plus Bank at the end of the year? Anyone?
I think I have the answer. Yeah, it's fine. Karab, we can say it.
How much?
I'm not sure, but as my calculation, I got 24,540.
Okay,
And 40.
you got 24,540. That is the loan amount. Look at this, guys. So you took a loan worth 30,000 Rand. You paid 9,960. At the end of the year, look at this person, how much interest they are making. They're making around 4,500. And you only took 30,000 Rand. So in this case, guys, at the end of the year, you will owe them 24,540. Are we all good? Yes, no? I take
I
that.
would say yes.
I'll take that we are all good, okay? Since we are all good, you know what needs to happen. All I want you guys to do is to complete this table, okay? Please take a screenshot. I will send it after our lesson as well. Okay, moving right along. This is classwork 2. Please take a screenshot as well. You need to complete that table. Okay. And that will be it. I'm going to go back to the example we did, this example here, all right, which was our example 1. And this is what you've got in example 1, where they said we applied for a loan of 30,000 Rand from First Plus Bank. The interest rate is 15% per annum. The application was successful and the process of the loan were paid into the bank account of BT Traders. And we've got an installment amount of 830 per month and is payable on the 27th of each month. Starting on the 27th of March 2021, interest is only calculated on the amount owing at the beginning of the financial year. Now, question is, how do we record this? I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions. First of all, the first one will be on this 30,000. Where are we going to record this 30,000? Anyone?
Sir, can I take a guess?
Yes?
CPR? I mean, CRJ?
Okay.
I gave.
So we recorded in the CRJ because this is the money that we had done what? This is the money that we have received. What about the 830s that you made for 12 months? Where would you record them?
CPJ?
Cash payments, I think.
CPJ. So every month you're going to record 830 in the CPJ. In total, it means that the amount that would have gone to the CPJ will be 9,960. Question is, where do we record interest? Do you guys still remember the interest, how much it was?
4,500.
Yes, where do we record it?
Cash payments also.
But did we pay that interest?
Oh.
Did we receive it?
Sir, where did you put it in? General journal?
Interest on loan, guys, will be put in the general journal, okay? Anything, obviously, this is one thing that doesn't have a specific journal. You're going to record it in the general journal. Interest on loan, as I've said earlier on, it is an expense. And when you incur that expense, you are going to debit that expense and you're going to debit that expense by 4,500, okay? Interest on loan, it's simply an expense. You're going to debit interest on loan because it's an expense by 4,500. The credit side, where does it go? It depends on whether interest is capitalized or not. But right now, guys, we're dealing with interest that is capitalized. If interest is capitalized, it means that that interest will add to the loan amount that you took. Now, loans fall under what in our accounting equation?
Liabilities.
It falls under liabilities. Will this interest make the loan amount bigger or will it make it less?
Big.
It will make
Increase
it bigger.
it?
So basically, as we charge interest, it means that the loan amount must increase. That's why you're going to write loan First Plus Bank. It will increase, but when it increases on the credit side. Please, guys, do not forget this. Liabilities increase on the credit side. Obviously, this is a balance sheet account. For now, ignore folios, but remember that this is a balance sheet account, okay? So it will increase on the credit side, supposed to be B there and not N. It's not a nominal account. It will increase on the credit side because it's a liability. Liabilities increase on the credit side. So whenever interest is capitalized, it will increase the amount of the loan, and loans will always increase on the credit side. Your narration will simply be interest on loan brought into account, and that will be it. Please note that you can't take this under creators control. A loan is not creators control. Creators control are the people that we buy from on credit. Here we are not buying on credit. We are getting an amount of 30,000 rand as a loan. We're getting money. So money is a loan. It can't go under creators control. Creators control represents people that we buy from on credit. Are we all together? Okay, silence means concern. It means that we are indeed together. So I will move on. All right, guys. Another classwork. Please screenshot this. I will also send it to you shortly. I just need you to record the loan amount in the general journal. And this will be the last one. Okay, guys, any questions with respect to what we have done thus far?
Sir, could you show the first example again?
First example.
Yes, sir.
Which one? The one that relates to recording interest.
Yes, sir.
Here it is.
The one before this one.
Okay. You mean the one where we calculated interest. And
Yes, that one.
will be this one here.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions, guys? The plan was to teach you guys in the first period and give this to you as a classwork so that you can do it now. Since that did not happen, please start doing this now. It will be your homework for today, and make sure that you've got it by tomorrow. You have done it by tomorrow. I'm gonna send you guys a Word document, and you just use that Word document to record everything since you guys don't have hard copies. Otherwise, you can simply draw everything, take a picture and send it to me. Send it privately on WhatsApp, or you can email it, and I will include my email on the handout that I'm going to send shortly, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. It was great, guys. Teaching you. Well, online is so weird. Hopefully, you guys will come back soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Why? What's happening to your trousers? Why can't you?
Slaps.
That's just gone.